This is Louis, and unfortunately, it's a very hot day, and I'm kind of wiped out from work, and I'm not really in the best of sorts, but I wanted to do a commentary, and unfortunately, I tried to, just record the script that I'd written for, a commentary that I wanted to finish and upload because I'll be busy next week, but it just didn't happen. I'll probably try it again tomorrow. See how it goes, but it's way too fucking hot and I'm way too wiped out. I'm not really sure what to call it. I guess dogpiling. I'm not really sure what you call it, but when I made the video, Timing is Everything, it got posted to Mega64's subreddit, and unfortunately, with that scenario, the people that are going to be on that subreddit are going to be the most hardcore of the Mega64 fanboys, because the only I don't have a Reddit account, and the only Reddit that I ever visit is Kotaku in Action, if I visit Reddit at all. So already the people that looked at this video came in with a bias that I'm speaking ill of a group that they're a fanboy of, and you can see this exactly with the video that I did on Total Biscuit. The people that came to my channel that thumbed that video down, which I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with that video that I did. I'm totally fine with that commentary. And it's going to stay up, and the people that don't like it can fuck right off. Because I thought it was a damn good commentary. And I thought my criticisms landed pretty well. Which is why no one argued against them. They just insulted me and thumbed down the video and did shit. That's when you know you have no argument. In this video, in Timing is Everything, people argued it. At least some of them did. Well, I'll cover a few comments here just because I wanted to do this 2 months ago, but I didn't want to bait the people that were, watching my channel, essentially. Not in the way that you are as subscribers, but they were monitoring my channel to jump on it. There were people that were actively waiting to post more of my videos to their subreddit so that they could come to my channel and fuck with me. And I decided the best way to handle the situation was to bury it, to private the video, and let the storm pass. Wait until they got bored, which happened, and they left me alone, which happened. So I thought, for the sake of just killing some time and recording commentary, that I'd go through some of these comments from the original video, and maybe a couple from the subreddit, although there's nothing really there other than a couple comments. To begin with, there's actually some good comments here, and it's unfortunate that they got cut off. I don't know if I really want to cover all of the decent... Here, you know what? Let's do this one really quick. Rocco loves the game. So this is something that people said over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. There was all kinds of variations of this. The whole Mega64 crew loves the game, or the franchise. Rocco loves the franchise. That doesn't mean anything. That wasn't the fucking point of the original commentary, and it's so obvious that wasn't the point. It's something that only frustrated me just every single time someone left that comment, because it's like, listen, they're not straw-manning the fucking game. They're straw-manning people. It goes as far as to say that with Sean, with his role in that bit, he's never played the franchise. He knows nothing about the fanbase, the franchise, anything. He just came up with that character on the spot, and rather than do what they've done in the past and actually engage people, which I'll get into that when I do the video that I'm going to do on it. This isn't that video. I'm going to redo the entire criticism whenever that happens. But Sean admits he just came up with that character on the spot. And rather than actually roll with it and do something interesting like they have done with, if you remember back, the Mass Effect 2 video that they did where they interview people. That was actually creative. That was funny and interesting. They came up with this line that they had this old guy repeat.
The artist is free to do what he wants.
Oh, I see. Sure he is.
Anything goes in space.
Anything goes in space.
That's still one of my favorite quotes of Mega64's videos, of their skits. That's one of my favorite fucking lines in reference to Mass Effect. Anything goes in space. It's a brilliant line, and it's simple. And it's a fun video. But this video that they did wasn't fun. It was just fucking mean. It was lazy and it was mean. And you can tell by how they act in it. They just act like they're completely fucking retarded. They're not actually engaging with people. They're just it's just pure acting as though they're socially retarded. And they're trying to represent people that are in favor of this franchise and defending it based on the fact that it's getting all this bullshit criticism. They set all this up, and that's how they portrayed the people that are defending this game. And so when people say it's just satire, it's just purely innocuous, and you just didn't get the joke, it's like, no, they're straw-manning these people. It's not an exaggeration. It's not, mocking people based on the content that they like, such as it was with Mass Effect. Yes, there's sex in the game, but they just exaggerate it. That's the point. You exaggerate it, and you confront people in awkward situations. That's funny. It makes sense. You didn't straw man the situation. You just exaggerated. With this, you're speaking to people that do exist. And rather than criticize them, just either creatively or accurately, which you can do, and make it funny. Instead, they were completely lazy. And several of the people involved in the skit didn't get it. They didn't understand the situation. They just literally said that these people are just retarded. These people are actually just retarded. And that's all there is to it. And the people that came to my channel, they said, you just have to go back to that video and read the comment section. And just see, it's proving my point exactly. People just look at it and they go, yeah, these people are fucking retarded. It's like, well, yeah, if you portray them as fucking retarded, when you don't actually make any coherent arguments at all, and you're taking a stance on the issue by making this video, because you're strawmanning the people, it's not in any way nuanced or balanced or a fair satire. It's just bullshit. And that's why it upset me. It riled me up because this is a group that I like. I like Mega64. Although even their last video was fucking shit. And a lot of people were saying that in their comment section. I didn't thumb it down or do any bullshit like that. I just watched and said, wow, this is crap. Like, what is happening? What is happening to them? They're making all these shitty videos. They would make hit videos. They make great videos that were interesting and creative. Like, I just don't understand what's happening with them. So here's a comment that we'll just get on to and get off of. Wow, you sound pretty angry, man. Yes, welcome to my channel. I know it sucks that Mega64's video was so on the nose that you felt the need to make a response, but ranting for 13 minutes about virtual boob/volleyball, all the while somehow working in Marxism, feminism, Ayn Rand, and other various go-to pseudo-intellectual internet topics is just kind of proving their point. So we'll stop right there really quick. I can't recall if I actually did. I assume I did mention Ayn Rand, but I've read Ayn Rand. Have you read Ayn Rand? Have you? I have. I like to talk about Ayn Rand from time to time because I have critiques of her philosophy, objectivism, which I am well read on. I've studied it, and I've read her books, so I know what I'm talking about. It's interesting to me. Libertarianism is interesting to me. Obviously, there's a difference between objectivism and libertarianism, but I'm an individualist. That's why those things are something that I like to reference, because it's important to me. I'm not as much as an economic libertarian as I am a social libertarian. Which is what makes Ayn Rand relevant, because she is very much. She's an anarcho-capitalist. That's why it's relevant. It's why I talk about it. I'm well read on it. Are you? To call me a pseudo-intellectual? I'm not pretending to be an intellectual. That's not the point of my channel. You listen to me swear, you listen to me get mad, and you say to yourself, oh, this guy's obviously, he ascribes himself to be an intellectual. Great argument. To me, there might be a little bit of projection. And Marxism and feminism, yeah, that's because these people are quoting Marx. If you don't understand that, then you're the idiot. And also, before we move on the nose. Well, no, it was a straw man. That was my criticism. It's not accurate. Video game censorship is not and should not be considered a big deal. Well, that might be because you're either a fucking faggot beta and you want to suck up to these glorified Marxists in the hopes of getting pussy, which you never will, or you're a fascist, or you're an idiot, and you just don't understand the principle of it. You don't understand the principle of artistic expression, speaking in favor of it in this artistic medium. If you don't care, you can pretend to be, oh, I'm a 15-year-old nihilist, and how cool that is. It doesn't matter to me. Click off my fucking channel. Go fucking do whatever you want to. You're obviously too mature to play Dead or Alive Extreme or those stupid volleyball titty games, you know. And you listen to me, and I'll actually save that joke until later about, you know, the portrayal that was done in the skit. But let's get to the next line. Mega64 isn't bullying you. Are you butthurt? Excuse me. Mega64 isn't bullying you. Are you the butt of the joke? Yeah, but you'd have to be blind to be confused or outraged as to why. Just look at this very fucking video as Exhibit A for why they made their DOA video in the first place. The beliefs you hold are so unimportant that your anger and passion for them is just funny. And Mega64 is the treasure trove of comedy, blah, blah, blah. So the reason why you think they're right and I'm wrong is because you are a fucking 15-year-old pseudo-intellectual. You're a wannabe nihilist. You're someone that says that if someone is passionate about something, that makes them retarded. That's your belief. And it's not unique. I've met many people like you. I've met many people in my life that think people that are passionate about something are fucking retarded. And let's just go to their skit. The portrayal that they had. You know, compare myself to what they said in that video, where you have people going around going, "Oh, volleyball, it's censorship, That isn't what my videos are about. That's not how I sound. That's not what I've said. It's not a matter of me going out and meeting people and being socially retarded. I'm not socially retarded. As you can tell by my commentary style, I'm a bit extroverted. I don't really have a problem with speaking to people in social situations. You know, and that is the other thing is, we'll get to the video of people saying that, oh man, you're just like Sargon. Your commentating style is just like Sargon. Yes, but is that how Sargon sounds? Sargon gets in front of a mic and is like, volleyball, dead or alive. Is he socially retarded? Is he making no actual points? No actual arguments? No, that isn't how he sounds. That isn't how I sound. The people that want to portray him and I like that, they're the social retards. They're the people that are pseudo-intellectuals because they can't accurately represent the people they oppose. I can accurately reflect the beliefs of the fucking fascists that I oppose. It's very easy for me to just read what they say and give an opinion on it. I don't have to be an academic. I don't have to be an intellectual. I don't have to use a certain tone in speaking about those matters. I can use whatever tone I want to and still make coherent arguments that completely debunk every stupid point they make. That's the beauty of my channel. That's the beauty of these kind of channels. So here's a comment that I appreciated because it was one of the points that I made in the original video. As someone with social anxiety issues, at least when talking to women, and as a gamer, this is rather insulting to be honest. What a hard target we people are. Oh, and by the way, I don't own extreme beach volleyball games, nor do I plan to. It sucks making fun of people who'd buy it. Let them have it. So the first part of that comment is one of the things that I talked about in the video. I still think that they made fun of people with social anxiety issues. It was so fucking mean. It was just so deliberately mean-spirited in the way that they portrayed it. I mean, maybe that's just my interpretation. But I unlike many of the other videos that they've done, and, you know, I think that the Catherine video was debatable. There are people that still today say, you know, oh, it's not a big deal, you're overthinking it. But, you know, I think that they're taking a group of people that are easy to hit, and, you know, you got their fucking fans coming to my channel calling me some fucking social retard and shit. You got people saying shit to me that is bullying, and I don't care because I'm not socially retarded. Again, water off a duck's ass. It doesn't bother me because you don't fucking know me. You can't accurately represent me. So what does it matter to me when you come to my channel with bullshit insults? It doesn't matter. And that's what you do when you can't refute someone. When you can't actually make an argument about what someone said, just insult them. And yes, I still stand by what I said originally. I thought that they were intentionally making characters that were mocking people with social anxiety. I thought it was an extremely mean-spirited video, and it was lazy. So yes, you know, I wasn't the only person that felt that way. Read their comment section. You know, you can read it, but I read my own comment section. It was the same thing. This is just an example of people commenting on, and they felt exactly as I did. Here's another one that I'll read. I'm so tired of this shit, Louis. You're right. It's almost every day now that some shit like Overwatch happens, and this was the original Pose controversy, with devs kowtowing to a vocal minority, literally one person in this case, and then either remaining silent or making excuses. Now, in this case, it worked out well, but again, it was still an issue to begin with. And the point stands that he's making. And then we have people like the guys at Mega64 doing shit like this, also making excuses and mocking easy targets. Not a single fucking win in regards to this side of the conversation, and it's really taking its toll. And again, this is what I'm saying. You're mocking an easy target. You are taking the side of every fucking journo out there, with the exception of maybe like Eric Kane or somebody. Everyone was fucking coming down on the side of Blizzard and that one fucking person until they actually did the change and it didn't work out in their favor. That's when they flipped. I was glad that it worked out well, and so were many people. But it was the original, and the fact that even now, Blizzard's doing bullshit like fucking taking down parodies and people's fan art and shit. I don't agree with that, and it just goes to show you, what fucking huge corporations can get away with, because they think like, oh, well, we're Blizzard Activision, we can do whatever the fuck we want. This is our, our intellectual property. We can do whatever the fuck we want with it. We can take down people's artistic creations. We don't give a fuck. If someone's parody, fuck fair use. We don't care. And that's one of the problems. That's what I'm pointing to. That's what many people were pointing to as being outraged by, is the fact that you have these companies with no balls whatsoever listening to this vocal minority entirely and apologizing for them in every given opportunity, and all the journals doing the same. And what does Mega64 do? They stand in line with the establishment. They back they back Blizzard, they back the fucking journals 100%. Again, go to the comment section, see who praised them. And here's a comment that of something that I've already commented on. Yeah, I've checked out from Mega64's content for a while now, not due to any kind of their political opinions, but just due to a large drop in quality. None of this recent stuff is doing them any favors in my eyes. I already talked about it. I don't get what's happening. I am a fan of Mega64. I don't understand what the fuck is happening, man. They discussed the behind the scenes of this video on their latest podcast and mentioned Frank Helm the piece. Make of that what you will. They noted they make fun of everything, and to Rocco it was a parody of extremism more than anything, which I kind of see, but to walk the impartial line like they claim, we should have seen some parody of the opposite side's views, being overly prudent, and authoritarian. And I respond to this comment by saying the comments in my video and the comments I displayed in their video say that talk is cheap and they'll never slander the other side in the same way they did someone such as myself. I don't even want it. It won't be funny. And that's the truth. If they even were to try the other side. I mean, like if they're as lazy with the other side, it's just not going to be funny. You have a bunch of they put hair dye in their hair, or they dress up like, I don't even know, like basically hipsters or feminists. And they go out there and they go, and they do shit like that. And they just they act like they're retarded. It's not funny. You can exaggerate, but you actually have to be tethered to reality to some degree. And if you were to portray feminists in the way that you did, at least our side, it just wouldn't be funny, because it wouldn't be in any way accurate. And that's the fucking joke. That's the point. It has to be accurate to some degree. That's what makes it funny. And here's a good one. I can't say it was one of their best works, but I found the we won't have sex till X thing to be an amusing reminder of the vote Trump get dumped idea. Who is being slandered? A dry imitation of a socially awkward character performed by Sean. I'm sure you've seen a few posts mention how this seems like punching up rhetoric, but I think anything should be in bounds, and we shouldn't focus on who they are talking about, but how good their comedy is. I probably rank this lower, though, myself. And again, I understand what you're saying here, and this actually can be a legitimate criticism of what I said in terms of my rhetoric was the same notion of like the what the progressives would be like. You should only punch up and punch down if you've heard that that phrase before, and that's to say that with comedy you're not supposed to talk bad about blacks or make jokes about blacks or make jokes about trans people or anything like that. Was there a tinge of that in my commentary? Yes. So this I actually would say is actually a decent criticism of my original video. I do still stand by what I said in terms of their so-called comedy or humor in the video just being slander, just trying to bully people with social anxiety. It was so inaccurate. It's either stupid and lazy, bad humor out of laziness, or it's malicious and it was just being mean-spirited. Maybe I'm wrong in making the assumption that it was malicious. That's just how I interpreted it. But yeah, this is a legitimate criticism that could be made about the original video. Yes, the subject of games having to be imported at a premium and players being cheated out of the experience isn't portrayed in an ideal light, but they made something. Shrugs, Metro Prime Federation has some sanity, and people who dislike the game's premise, but they similarly blew up the concept. That video, he's actually referencing another video by Mega64. I'm not actually sure what I can say about that video, because they did, obviously it's an exaggeration in the video of what they're talking about, but I just don't know to what degree that they're actually making fun of, or they're actually accurately making fun of those people. It might be just a total hatchet job video, just totally inaccurately presenting what was happening at the time. I just don't know enough about it to say one way or another. It is interesting, though, that this is yet again a time where they're making fun of gamers, just making fun of an audience. Not the companies, not anyone other than fucking consumers. Just another one. Another one. Another video. So this is going to be a portion of the video that I splice into the original commentary. It's a day later, but I wanted to include a discussion that I had with someone in the comment section of the original video that I think is telling for who these people were and who I am as a commentator. I know that some of you really don't like when I, sort of break into a commentary with sort of an update, but you'll have to forgive me. I found this thread about a day later, but I thought it was important enough to include into this commentary. Before we get to that, I'll also take a minute here to plug Play Asia and my affiliate link, which can be found in the description of this video. It's a website where you can find all sorts of expensive figurines and we bullshit, although no body pillows, though, which I think is a weakness on their part. But let's get to this back and forth that I had in the comment section. Lol, get a life, you fucking nerd. I responded with, you got me. Best argument I've heard so far. He responded with, seriously, don't feel too bad once you grow out of this victim complex phase in 3 years. I responded with, you assume you know me, and do so in a fairly pretentious cunt-like manner. I doubt you'll be able to educate me on much, although I bet you'd beg to differ. Please tell me my future, seer. The same guy responds, the fact that you had to make this rant over a comedy skit about a video game with scantily clad women in the first place proves that their satire works. You're not being oppressed, dude. If that video made you that defensive, then it clearly shows that you're just way too sensitive to deal with the real world. It's just fucking video games. You'll get over it, though, I hope. I respond to that point by saying, and yet Mega64 fans are so infinitely more secure that they spam the comment section with nonsense, downvote the video, post the video to Reddit for more people to do the same, and not one person has honestly engaged a single point that I make, regardless of my tone. I've yet to read one comment from you fanboys that engages a single thing outside of Rocco owns the game. That's the most substantive thing that I've heard. If I'm so wrong, can you please find a Mega64 fan to rebuke one point that I made about censorship being an issue in gaming worth recognizing? His final post is, I never brought up the point of Rocco owning the game, or that I was a fan, which he contradicts immediately after by saying, you didn't have to find the skit funny. That's fine. Their comedy can be hit or miss, which, as a non-fan, he just happens to know that. You took this video way too personally, and you probably identified with the characters, which hurt. There's much better uses for your time. I identified as a gamer until I found better uses for my time. Oh man, playing video games is such a waste of time. I'm just so mature. I mean, Who says that? Who says that? I'm sorry that I'm like going off script here for a second, but this is a pernicious problem in gaming, or as it relates to gaming. Like, oh, there's just so much better things to do than play video games. Video games are such a waste of time. Then why do you care? Why do you care at all? You know, I care. I like video games. I've played video games my entire life. I've considered myself a gamer my entire life. What does that matter to you? Why does it matter to you so fucking much that you went back and forth with me for like an hour? You know, you obviously care. You pretend that you don't, but you obviously do care. God, these fucking people, man. You will too. You seem intelligent, thanks for that, enough to find a fulfilling course of action for your future. I work 6 days a week, bro. It's not fulfilling. You know, people like to assume that a career is going to be something that fulfills your fucking life. It doesn't. Most jobs are garbage and are purely unfulfilling for anyone that isn't a workaholic. So, you know, I like video games. I like hanging out with my friends and playing video games. I find that to be something that is satisfying in my life. You have some other course of action? Go for it. You don't see me trying to come after whatever your hobby is and trying to destroy it or apologize for those destroying it. Why do you insist on being that fucking guy for gaming? Why? Why do you have to be the apologist? I'll never understand it. You apologize for censors and fascists, people that are going after a form of art simply because it doesn't, you know, bend to their political whims, or it's just something that they find worthwhile to ruin. Why do you apologize for them? Why are you their fucking designated fucking advocate? Why? End of the day, you still got to enjoy anime boobs, so you won. Which, you know, just dismissive dickhead comment. Again, like, you're not sitting there at the end of the day going on fucking Pornhub or some shit. You're just so above it all. Give me a fucking break. You're some dickhead on fucking Reddit commenting on my video as if you have anything better to do. You're probably not even out of fucking high school yet. You know, and you're fucking this dismissive towards me. And people keep making that point about how, oh, I think I'm an intellectual, how I'm so haughty. No, you guys are the arrogant cunts. You guys are the ones that think you figured fucking everything out and you know how to dictate everyone else's life for them. That's not me. That's not this side. You're on the side that says you know better than anybody else. You're the fucking arrogant cunts. And you're the people that are, you know, projecting onto me that I'm wasting my time on this when you're wasting your time on this. Like I just said, I work 6 days a week. You know, I have to find time to make these videos. And it's because I like doing it. No matter how angry I sound in that. This to me is something I like to do. It's something creative that I can invest my time into. Whereas with my fucking job, I can't do that. I can't be creative with my fucking job. I can just waste my fucking life. So I responded to this guy's fucking comment by saying, I like how you started this with a completely dismissive dickhead statement. But here you are making concessions because you know, at least to some degree, that what I said in the video had substance behind it. And I'm quoting him, their comedy can be hit or miss. I started the video by making this exact fucking point. I'm subscribed to them and have been for years. He says, you took the video way too personally, and you probably identified with the characters, which hurt. I took it personally because the entire skit was strawmanning anyone concerned with the larger issue of censorship in gaming. The entire crux of the joke is that censorship isn't an issue, and that anyone concerned with it is a socially awkward, brain-dead loser. That's the joke. The joke isn't that DOA isn't a big deal. It's that anyone concerned with this specific issue is a fucking retard. Name one positive quality of the characters in that video. It was nothing but insulting. How else should I take it? Let's pretend you're an environmentalist and that I make a video where I equate environmentalism, not just hippies, but the specific concern over the environment with Down syndrome. Obviously, you're going to look at that video as little more than an attack, because that's what it is. He says, end of the day, you still got to enjoy anime boobs, so you won. Which, I'll actually interject really quick here and say, like, there's so much behind that comment. There's so much behind that, where it's to say, well, you actually had access to something, so you should feel happy for that. You should feel happy that we didn't get what we want, which was to ban this, so you wouldn't have access. But because you did have one outlet of access, well, you got everything you wanted, so shut the fuck up. There's so much behind that comment. You know, I could do a whole fucking other video just on that comment by itself. It's fucking totalitarian. And so this is getting back into this, sorry. This is one of the worst points that I find repeated, in that we lucked out this time. The game already had subtitles, and one vendor was able to distribute it to the West. This should be concerning to you as a gamer. If this was a franchise that you liked, would you want to import it from Hong Kong at a higher price and wait weeks for it to be shipped to customs in the US? This was luck falling into place when there has been a decade-long crusade by the press and feminists to ban this title in the West. My point in this, man, is that this was the first title that was almost lost. What's the next one? What if it is a franchise that you actually care about? So you'll have to excuse, you know, the few tangents that I had in this, but I thought that this conversation is just so remarkable, in that, you know, to me, this is illustrative of how much projection there is, and all these people saying to me, like, oh, you think you're intellectual, oh, you just want to control everything, all this and that, and it's like, no, that's what you believe. You believe these things. You believe that, you know, that this game, we shouldn't have access to it. No one should have access to this game. That's what you believe. That, or you at least sympathize with that position. And that is not only just illiberal, okay, on its face illiberal, and unjustified in its entirety, but it's totalitarian. You sympathize with people that are totalitarian in their beliefs. And they're attacking art, which I believe to be a form of fascism. That's why I say fascist, because it's a form of fascism. It is. When you don't even have the freedom to, you know, draw a picture or creative work of art, if you don't even have that freedom, you don't live in a liberal society. You live in an illiberal, totalitarian society. And the people that back that totalitarian society are fascists. If you don't have freedom of thought, if you don't have freedom of speech, if you don't have the right to artistic expression, you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing. That is the cornerstone of liberal society. That is the cornerstone of the West. And if you don't want to live in this part of the world, if you want to live in some fascist shithole, some progressive shithole, go move to that country. Go move to that part of the world. Go start your own country and live in a fascist society. But I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to live in a society that tries to completely eradicate freedom of thought. I don't want to live in that society. Even if there are bigots and assholes and right-wingers in this country and in the West, that's fine. Milo Yiannopoulos goes to some university, I'm free not to go fucking hear him. Who cares if Milo goes to some university and says shit that I don't agree with, or partially agree with, or whatever? What does it matter? But to you it does matter, because you are a fascist. It's just unbelievable to me that I have to make videos like this, where I have to just explain why this is such an issue and why I talk about it. Because there is another side to this. There is a whole other side to this debate that wants to eradicate free speech, wants to eradicate the importation of foreign games because they aren't progressive enough. The games that exist in Japan, oh, those are foreign influence, and we need to ban those from coming to this country. Wow, what a fucking liberal you are. God, man. But we'll get back to the original commentary. You'll have to forgive, you know, this splicing in of additional commentary. So this guy, actually, I shouldn't show his image. I don't want to give this guy any attention, but yeah, there is this one guy, and I won't say his name because I don't want to give him any attention. But this is one of the comments from the video I did explaining why I privated the video. This guy literally stalked my channel for 2 weeks. And I'm not bullshitting you. I watched him subscribe, and he commented at least a few times, and he checked on a few of my videos, because I can look at his profile and I can see what he was doing. And this was a guy that commented it on my video just a bunch of times on the Reddit page. So he was waiting for me to do anything to drag my video to Reddit and get them to do a mass, not a flagging campaign or whatever, but to thumb everything I did down. So, yeah, that just goes to show, like, you know, I didn't even start shit with Mega 64. It was like these guys found the video, and that was enough for them. This guy made a video talking ill of our, you know, our favorite fucking comedy team. Well, we're gonna fuck his channel for a couple weeks. So, yeah, I definitely was aware of the fact that these fuckers were hiding and waiting for me to do shit. Let's go to the Reddit page and let's read a couple of these fucking comments before we end this. Oh, here's a good thread. Jesus, it's like this guy gets a mic and then he thinks he's Mark Maron all of a sudden. So, I'm not sure what he means by this, because I know who Mark Maron is, but I don't listen to his podcast. I don't really listen to him. I don't really find him particularly interesting or funny. Maybe that's a condemnation of me. I don't really know, because I don't really get the joke. But let's continue on with this comment. This comment's brilliant. That's what happens when you spend a ton of time going over arguments and talking points in your head, trying to preemptively refute people's points before they even speak. I'm not really sure how you... Like, do I even have to comment on that? And this guy, this is one of the... It was favorited, or liked, or whatever, upvoted by a ton of people. And it's like, yeah, that's the point of the channel. That's the point of what I do. I consider a topic. I consider it from as many angles as I possibly can. I'm not going to get them all. You know, I'm not an intellectual, I'm not an academic, I'm not well-read, according to some of you people, enough to know every angle. But that's the point. It's to try and know as many as possible before setting out to do the commentary. If I just attack something from a single angle, you're going to attack me and say, this guy just came in here and only attacked it from one angle. What a retard. You know, what is this criticism? He knows too much. He's covering too many points. What a fucking retard. And what's hilarious is there's someone actually in the comment section here that gets it. To be fair, that's a good way to make sure an argument you're making is sound. If you yourself can shoot down your own claim, then maybe it isn't so good. Treating a person like that in a conversation is dumb, though. It's not a conversation. It's a fucking commentary. You know, your first point was right. I'm not talking about discussing anything with anybody, okay? This is a one-way fucking conversation. I have a finite amount of time. Do I have to explain why that's stupid? Do I have to explain why this reasoning is fucking stupid? Do I have to? It's like these people have never watched a commentary before. This is 13 minutes long. Jesus Christ. I did it at 7-hour commentary. It was a live stream, but it's a commentary channel. You know, do you fucking people have the fucking, you know, memory and awareness of a fucking goldfish where you circle the bowl and, you know, that's it? That's all you got? One and oh my God, man. What are these criticisms? What I find very strange is that they took video games as the banner to their crusade, whatever that is. Already we got the awareness of a fucking cinder block. People make their hobbies morph into some social cause. Just ignore the bullshit. Isn't a hobby supposed to be fun? Yeah. You know what's fun? Having access to Dead or Alive Extreme. Not having to pre-order it from fucking Hong Kong and get it shipped here. And have it take fucking 4 weeks. And have it be just overpriced and inconvenient as fuck. Just to get access to what they see as fucking, like, you know, hate propaganda or some shit. It's a fucking innocuous game that I'd like to play, that I now own and have played. You know, I'm not the fucking social crusader here. You have it ass backwards. You fucking moron. I'm a consumer. I'm trying to fight for people to have access to video games, to enjoy themselves and have fun. If not me, then who? Oh, but it's just that passion. I'm just such a fucking loser. I'm so passionate about something. What a fucking retard. Plus, this guy is a low-rent version of Sargon of Akkad and the rest of that bunch. Okay, fine. I'm a low-rent version of Sargon of Akkad. That's not one, that's not a criticism. 2, that's not an insult. 3, it's a fact of the matter. Yes! My channel is far smaller than fucking Sargon's. I don't go into depth as much as fucking Sargon does in terms of these commentaries. That's all fucking true. So what? So what? That's my fucking channel. That's my brand. Don't subscribe. You know? This is an argument. Except this guy is a straw man. Okay? This guy is the definition of an anti-intellectual. Again, I love how you're using that. I've never claimed to be an intellectual. I've never claimed to be rigorous in what I do. I'm a firebrand commentator. Anyone that isn't fucking retarded, that has seen more than one of my videos, should know by now how I do these videos. You should know my style. You should know my brand. You know, I'm not Teal Deer. I'm not going to sit down and, you know, and I'm not trying to, you know, make any kind of implications of his channel, but he's very rigorous in what he does. He's not very animated, with a few exceptions. He's usually very calm, very collected, very rigorous in what he does, and that's his brand. Okay? That's not my brand. You know, you can make an argument to whether his brand draws more people than my own would, and maybe there is an argument to that, but whatever. My brand is what it is. You know, that's it. Saying that I'm not an intellectual, I've never claimed to be a fucking intellectual. What does that mean? How can you make an argument when your points are marred by your own emotions? See, that's your problem. That's the problem with every person that's ever come across my channel and has tried to make the impotent accusation that because I'm animated, because of how I commentate, that's my problem. It somehow refutes my arguments. No, that exposes you as an extremely petty person. Oh, he's so animated and uses so many vulgar words. Oh, what a terrible commentator. His arguments are just somehow invalid somehow. No, that exposes you as an idiot. There's nothing else to it. That's a criticism that's been made against my channel since its inception, and it's always been illegitimate. What's funniest about this is that you can play the game. You can import it easily from one distributor that takes 4 weeks at premium cost. Okay, you pay for slow fucking shipping at top dollar. You pay on top of just the game, and it's shipped from fucking Hong Kong, from one goddamn place, from one company. Okay? That's an issue in and of itself, but not to an apologist, though. And Rocco is one of the people, again, you know, that's supposedly being bullied. Again, just total ridiculous argument. Not the point that I was making. He literally talks about having a waterproof poster from Dead or Alive Extreme 3 in his bathroom. Well, I don't understand. Maybe you got the wrong game, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter how much Rocco likes the game. It doesn't matter. My point was, you should like Dead or Alive Extreme 3. That wasn't the point. It wasn't a review. Their video wasn't a review. I wasn't reviewing their review. I was saying I think people should have access to this game. And there's a context to my channel where I've said that in numerous videos. When they did that skit, it upset me because I thought it was a completely unfunny, shitty, slanderous video. And that's why I covered it. Because they're mocking and deriding and slandering and minimizing something that is unequivocally an issue, not just with this franchise, but in this industry currently. This is a matter just as much as it is about the culture war. It's also a consumer issue. Which again, oh, I'm just this 15-year-old cunt, and if you're passionate about something, you're just such a fucking loser. Oh, nihilism is so cool, and I'm so edgy, because I'm not passionate about anything. Spare me. You're pathetic.
He calls it haughty, but listen to him talk. I don't even have to say anything else.
I just don't get it. It's this notion of if you're passionate at all about something.
Oh, well, you're this. You think you're an intellectual. You think you're this elite that can speak down to everyone.
No, you have it ass backwards. You have it ass backwards. You fucking idiot. It's the other side that's dictating what people are allowed to have access to. That's their position. I'm saying everyone should have access to something. That's populist. That is not elite. Again, just ass backwards. what's amazing about this is just the unawareness of these people. Like, they're not even, again, like, they're just not even aware of this. I say in the video that one of the criticisms that they're going to make of me is that, you know, and this is the line, I get it. I'm just some fucking peon, some basement-dwelling faggot dweeb. That's what I said they were going to say of me as an insult, which they did. Scroll down a little ways. Okay, so I'm 5 minutes in, and I want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, but it seems like he was one of the people super mad about having to import a boob-striked volleyball simulator from Hong Kong, and is now super upset, or is now upset that he's being called out on his anger. And followed up to that, I mean, a guy like that has to have a body pillow, right? Cinder block awareness. When that was the whole point. That's why I used that line that someone quoted in your own thread, or in this, whatever this is, whatever you call discussion on fucking Reddit. I used that line because I knew that was what was going to be used against me. And this is it. You're using that line against me. Oh, here's a fucking beaut.
Yes, people who want to continue the exploitation of women and boys only club part of gaming world are the people who need to be fucking bullied and made fun of on the internet. I have absolutely no remorse for the communities that feign fragility or however he's fragility, and say, why are you picking on me? Can't you see we're a bunch of losers? All while they continue to spew vile, disgusting trash out of their mouths 24/7 on the internet. The subject of their videos, who don't have a voice, I've heard it, and it makes me want to sock the speaker in the fucking throat.
Try it, you fucking beta faggot. Try it. It's so cheap to say try it. Fucking just try it. Just fucking try it. You know, when people use that, like, oh, I'm gonna come to your part of town and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Oh, okay. Sure. Like, you're not intimidating. You're some fucking faggot on fucking Reddit. You're not intimidating. I don't, like, it's just words. You're gonna fly here and fight me? I don't fucking think so, pussy. Fuck, this makes me want to grab a nerd by his fucking headgear and bang his head into his PSP Vita. Ooh, fucking tough guy. Ooh, such a tough guy. Again, like, words on the internet. And this guy got tons of fucking upvotes. And people just agreeing with him, beta orbiter faggots. You know, there are no twinks that are going to allow you to come in them, no matter how fucking tough you are on Reddit. Here's another one. I think I take this guy a bit more seriously if he didn't pretend to be a 19th century French architect. Same goes with Sargon of Akkad. I kind of just love the comparisons. I do like the comparisons to Sargon. I'm fine with those comparisons. Maybe I'll get shit on by Glenn Greenwald on Twitter. I'll work my way up to that. I remember there being like actually a couple people here that actually did have a couple decent criticisms. I'm trying to see if I can find any of those. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Mad negativity everywhere. Yo, if the dude doesn't like the Mega 64, needs to make a video about it as a way of processing his thoughts, that's cool. I fuck with it, but there's no need to bash the man. If it really bothers you, who cares what the man says? Just move on and be productive. Posy vibes, bruh. I'm not really sure if this guy's being... I like to assume that this guy's being actually genuine in what he's saying. And he's one of the only people... And he's got like 4 upvotes. You know, you're on the wrong subreddit, bro. This is the fucking faggot fanboy subreddit for Mega 64, and I criticize them. You know, this is their natural reaction. So yeah, unfortunately, at some point I will have to get to that commentary and work on it. I think tomorrow I'll try to work on the video that I failed to do today. But, you know, it's just a matter of... you know, if you can refute someone's argument, do it. Refute one of the things I said in that video, and you know I have to take it on. And a couple, you know, like I said, there was actually a few points that could be critiqued of my video that can be refuted or contested at least, and I'm fine with that. You know, that's totally fine. But just bullshit insults and spamming my fucking video and trying to mass downvote my video because you're fucking butthurt because I criticized the group that you're a fanboy of. that really is nothing. That doesn't make you right. It doesn't make me wrong. It's just you being stupid. And the same thing goes with all the retards that spammed my video for Total Biscuit. Whatever, you know? But I'll get to it another time, and we'll just see where it goes from there. So, thanks for listening.